have you ever been pushed to your breaking point? Has someone or a group of people kept pushing your buttons to get you there? Or did you actually just see someone else just lose their mind out in public? Because recently, someone lost their mind in public. And I still don't believe who it is. And I read the story like 3 times. I had to read the story 3 times. I think
I know who you're talking about.
Was it Britney
We'll get into that later. No, we'll get to that in a little bit. I know Jamie said she had a story that she wanted to share. So let me hear about a time where either you lost it or you saw someone else lose it.
So I lost it probably like, I would say 5 to 6 years ago. I actually lost my best friend over this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've actually never spoken about this, but I think it's time. I think that I've healed enough.
All right, let's do it.
Let's rip off the Band-Aid. So I remember that my best friend at the time, she would always pull the card, "You're my best friend since first grade. We have to stick together." And it's like,
all right,
no matter what happened, it's like, well, if you want to hang out with somebody else, but you're my best friend, like, you have to hang out with me. So you would have to dip. Everybody else would have to just wait, and I come first because I'm your best friend since first grade. So that kind of was like, the little bit of like, I guess, the foundation of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a lot of tragedies in life, and I tried to be there for her. And then every time something bad happened to me, it'd be like, oh, well, that just sucks, doesn't it? So then that was like another layer. And then she got a boyfriend, and I would try and be like, hey, I really don't think that it's working out. He constantly is telling me he wants to break up with you. I just don't think it's panning out for you. I'm trying to warn you in advance. And every time I had a conversation about it, she would just tell me off and just curse me out. And I was just getting upset about it until one day I went to work. And I came home, and there was dog poop all over my front porch.
What?
And there's videos of her sister, and her boyfriend walking by my house throwing dog poop at my house. And
wow.
My parents confronted her and her mom, and it was like, obviously, I didn't get in trouble, but she got into a lot of trouble. And I kind of said, you know what? This is the first time we've ever done anything. I guess it's just a slap on the wrist. Whatever. But it just kept getting worse and worse. I know. I was 16 at the time. Remember, like, you don't really think anything of it. You just think.
Who cleaned the dog poop?
It was in a bag, but still, the point being is, like, it was thrown at my house.
Yeah.
So then.
Luckily, they didn't get, like, splattered.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I pictured, like, a splattered mess and, like, all kinds of gross
kind of Jackson
Yeah,
Pollock.
but they literally picked up this bag of poop and just brought it to my house. And it's like, what are you doing? And then as we got older, I thought things would get better. She's still with the guy. It's not getting better. And at one point, I said, hey, I really think that your boyfriend really needs to stop harassing me and telling me to go ahead and just do horrible things to myself. And she goes, well, I can't control him. He's 18. And I'm like, what? Wow. You can't control him? And she's like, I can't help that everybody just wants to be with me. And I'm like, are you serious right now?
That doesn't sound related at all to your problem.
That's what I said. I said, you can't understand the fact that I'm upset that he's telling me horrible things and you just don't care. And she's like, well, I mean, I would talk to him, but there's no point.
But everyone wants to be with me.
Yeah.
This person should have been out of your life 2 years before that.
Yeah. She threw some dog poop. Like,
so
that was it.
I told her, I said, you know what? You should just have a great life the rest of your life. And I think we should just end our communication here. And I remember she would text me for days on end being like, that's a good one. Ha, ha, ha. And I just wouldn't answer. It would just be constant messages of her being like, I can't believe we basically had a breakup. It was like a breakup. I remember seeing on Facebook, like, like when people would post about how upset they are about things, and she would post on Facebook articles saying like, it would
killing
be
Linda.
There was an article being like, what to do when you lose your best friend, how to cope with losing your best friend, and I was like, dude, you messed up, and even to this day we don't talk.
Wow.
So it was definitely a ruined friendship right there.
That is quite the tale.
I lost
Jamie.
it. I definitely lost it.
I would too, especially with the dog poop. Who can top that?
Not me.
Yeah, that was a pretty brutal one.
Who wants to go next after that?
That was pretty hard.
With me,
I think. Oh,
wait, you want to go for it?
You can go.
Okay, so with me, I had a friend when I was in high school and middle school, and like he was like a close friend of mine. I'll call him Z. And Z and Z was a very toxic person. Z liked to make you feel inferior to him. He would talk down to you. He would always put himself above you and stuff like that. And after a while, like, it started to like take his toll on me and stuff like that. And like one day we were hanging out and no, we were talking. We were texting each other. And he says to me, he goes, Mikey, every group of friend has a stupid friend. And that is you. You're
What?
our stupid friend.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, so
What the fudge is going on here?
right, so
around here.
yeah,
What the?
so
My last name
just
inserted.
straight up says to me, Mikey, in our group of friends, you are the stupid friend. And I sat there for a minute.
How old were you?
18, 19?
Okay, so you were like an adult hearing this.
Yeah, this was college. This was college, like my first year of college.
That's
at this
still
point.
so harsh.
And he says this. I was like, there's no way he just said that.
You know what?
There's
I would have
no way
turned
this
it on
kid
him.
just said that, right? So like,
That's ridiculous.
I'm like looking at it and like dumbfounded by this, right?
Of course.
So I go, is that how you really feel? And he goes, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, okay, if that's the case, and I let him have it. I'm telling you, every word in the book came out of my mouth at that point. Or I was texting it, right? So every word just came out, just every word possible. Like,
Texting is even more like not meaningful, but it's a little more poignant because you're able to see it again.
yeah, right. So
And you're
I
like,
just straight up tell him, I'm like, if that's how you feel, man, take me out of your life. You're this, that, the other thing, all the words, and I want nothing to do with you. Our friendship is officially over. If you see so little of me, I'm done with you. And then, like, he's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, we're done. Like, our friendship is done as of right now. And it gets better. So he gets so upset by this news. Like, it's like a shocking revelation. Like, oh my God, Mikey's ending our friendship after I called him dumb. Like,
Why didn't you flip the script and be like, you know what?
So-
I think you are really
so hold
dumb.
on.
Reverse
No, because I was done with him. At this point, like, I was done being told that he was always better than me. He always put me down. This is like the final straw, right? So he actually, he drives from Comac to my mother's house, knocks on my door. I open the door and I see him and I say, get the bleep bleep off my lawn now. And I slam the door in his face, right? Slam as hard as I could. My mom was like, who the bleep bleep are you talking to right now like that? And I was just like, it is bleeping, so is he? Like, get him out of here. Bleep bleep bleep, all that stuff, right? And just like... She's just like
outside your house or something. It's
yeah, a lot of honking going on.
You just hear like the ambulance going on.
So like, yeah. So my mom goes and talks to Z, and she tells me later on, he's like, he was crying. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. He was crying. Absolutely not. Don't care. Like, he deserves it. And she's like, you're going to have to explain to me what happened.
So you don't ascribe to forgive and forget.
I do. I have no problem with forgiving and forgetting, but only if the person, accepts their faults.
Right.
Z has never accepted his faults.
There you go.
He has never accepted that he's done me wrong. Like, he said what he said and then just felt bad for it. But like, again, like I said, this was a long time coming. Like, he was just always putting me down. Like, he got a new TV. He says, oh, PlayStation looks so cool on my TV because it's so big. And I was just like, okay, we have the same PlayStation. I get it. And this is, mind you, before like HD TVs were out, like,
Right.
so like we're talking about like the old big tube TVs still, right? So like PlayStation 2 time. So he's just like, yeah, this game, it looks so cool on my TV. I was like, yeah, the game looks really cool. He's like, well, it looks better on my TV because it's so big. I was like, right.
That kid, unfortunately,
Cool.
doesn't sound like he has
That
a lot
kid
of
sounds like a
things.
spoiled brat.
Doesn't
He
have a lot of
was.
things to be proud of.
I like your
Right.
shirt, man, but I got in a better color than you did.
That's
so.
exactly how he was. So
Purple,
after years,
dude, I got it in red, and red is the superior color. Purple is just bottom tier. You know what I'm saying?
after years of treatment like that, yeah, I let it go.
You took him and you just punted him to the next universe.
I did. And yesterday, I actually saw Karen lose it at the supermarket. Hilarious. So,
never seen that in
I'll say
real
this real
life.
quickly and I'll get to someone else.
Me too.
But like, the automated checkout lines where you pay for you scan everything yourself.
They
Like
always
self-checkout?
have a
So-
meltdown with that.
So a bunch of us are
I don't
online
know
at
how to
ShopRite,
work
right? A bunch of us
business.
are already online, and like if you go to the certain ShopRite, you know that the line starts really in the produce section and it goes into the produce section, and this has been going on for as long as I've been going there, right? For at least 4 years that I've been going there, right? And this lady, like, I'm next in line, and this lady just comes out of nowhere, sees an open thing, and just cuts me off. And I'm turn around behind me. I look at the guy. I'm like, that really just happened? Like, I didn't say anything. I just look at him like, did that really just happen?
He gave you the look of acknowledgement.
He's like, yeah, that really just happened. So we both like go to her like, excuse us, like you cut the entire line. She's like, that line wasn't there. I'm like, this line has been here. People have been lining up this entire time. Like,
that's the most interesting thing about Karens is that they will try to warp your reality into theirs.
Yeah, and so then she's like screaming at us. She's like, I didn't see it. I was like, oh my god. She winds up going to the back of the line, still screaming. Comes offline and goes onto the longer line where she has to wait for like an actual cashier to bring her up.
I guess I had a Karen moment myself. I was in vacation at Club Med down in Florida.
Yeah, please tell us. Go ahead.
And then there was an omelet. There was an omelet stand. I didn't know there was a line there. I just didn't see it. I walked up. The guy just came out with fresh things. He's setting up. I'm like, I go up there, get my plate, and someone tasked me. He goes, yeah, bro, there's a line. I look behind me. There is a line of people, like an absolute line. I'm like, oh wow, I'm so sorry. I did not see.
Yeah.
That's totally.
But I feel like an idiot. I mean, it wasn't like there was like 2 or 3 people. There was a actual line.
Yeah, I mean, there was at least 5-6 people on my line, dude. Like, it happens, you know. Like, it's okay that you make a mistake. It's okay that you're like, you didn't see it. Apologize and just move on.
I didn't get an omelet. I walked away.
Yeah.
Like, since I work in my customer...
I would be so embarrassed. I'd walk away. I'll get an omelet later.
Since I work in customer service, I have to deal with people like that all the time. And like,
so tell me about like the most memorable moment where someone lost it.
Oh, where do I begin?
Because like, there's a lot of... I know retail has a lot of great moments of people losing their cool and hitting their breaking point.
So... for the past few months now, there's been like a lot of people, like we get busy just randomly on certain occasions.
Yeah.
So this one time, the team leads, which is the managers, because you worked at Target, they said, okay, since you're guest service today, only take people that are doing returns and exchanges, since there's probably going to be a lot of people returning today. Okay. And I said, okay. And this one lady comes up behind a guy that was trying to return, and I go, ma'am, are you like... returning? Are you exchanging? And she goes, no, I want to buy. But she had like a full basket of everything. And she goes, starts throwing like stuff at me. And she goes, can you price match it? And now I have patience, but this lady was already like kind of like ticking me off, ticking me off. And I go, oh, ma'am, this is only returns and exchanges. Like there's people behind you that need to return and you're just taking up their time. And she starts like yelling at me, and she goes, no, I want to pay here. And I go, well, there's a cash register open, and I point to like 2 cash registers that are open, and I go, self-checkout's also open. And then there's 2 Chinese ladies that were behind her, and they're like just asking me if this was returns and exchanges, so they know how to get it, like which line they get on.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, this is returns and exchanges. And the lady starts going on a racist tangent. She goes, 6 feet, 6 feet. She goes, you guys started COVID and all this stuff.
Wow.
And I got so like mad at her. I threw the stuff back at her, and I go, no, I'm not bringing you up. And she goes, you have to. And I go, no, I don't.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
Yeah, and I was like, I refuse to ring you up. And she goes, I want to speak to the manager. And I go, okay. So I called one of the managers over, and she goes, this young lady right here won't ring me up because I was standing on the returns and exchanges line. And I go, you really want to know why I'm not ringing her up? And I told the managers why. And she goes, yeah, sorry, you have to go to cash register or self-checkout. And then she started cursing at me. She goes, I'm going to call corporate and this and that. And I go, call corporate.
Yeah, I always hate Karens like that working retail, man.
And then all like the older ladies, like even like the older ladies are like, oh, you're so sweet for like sticking up for those like ladies. They're like, you're very patient.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah. And then another time there was a Spanish lady trying to return something, and she actually wanted to exchange. So like there's no harm done, because I said, you want it on your a gift card, or do you want it on or like your card back, because the new systems don't let you do a full exchange now.
Okay.
So she said gift card. Like one of my friends was standing right there, and they also heard gift card.
Right.
And then I said, okay. So I put it on a gift card, and then she goes, oh, so went back to my card, right? And I said, no, you said gift card. And she starts calling me stupid, and she goes, you probably don't know really English well, and this and that. Meanwhile, her English is broken too. Like like she didn't speak good English.
Oh my God.
And then she goes, I want to speak to the manager. And the manager and her were going back and forth, and then she was like calling me stupid. She was calling me all these names, and then she goes, you should fire her. She's worthless and this and that. And then she goes, to the manager goes, what's her name? And the manager goes, her name's Linda. And she goes, are you sure? And then go, yeah. And I go, yeah. I was like, he's sure. Why would he lie about my name? And then he goes, oh, corporate. She goes, oh, corporate will hear about this. Corporate will hear about everything.
Corporate's like a guy.
And then I was just like, okay.
I want to apologize to all people named Karen out there that are genuinely good people. I think because I'm just thinking about this, and
all the real Karens we know are nice people.
I know,
beautiful people.
Yeah, beautiful people.
It's like
tremendous.
It's been such a wild couple of years for people named Karen.
It has been for sure.
Your name's become a slur, and it's
sad.
It's really unfortunate.
And scary.
So I want to apologize on behalf of humanity, but at the same time, it is a well-deserved title. Like a perfect title.
I don't know what it is about the name Karen, but it fits so well
Plankton's
with
wife.
that. Karen is played as Plankton's wife.
I give you guys
She always complains.
who work in retail so much credit. I really don't think I would have the patience. I have no patience as it is, and the kids understand that. So I don't understand how you guys could just sit there and take all these like names and you just don't retaliate.
Well, after that, with the lady, like the Spanish lady, I actually like got so mad that like, because when I get mad, I like shake, like I'm ready to punch someone in the face.
But you don't say anything, right? You just hold it in until you explode, type of person.
Well, when she started calling me stupid, I said, well, you shouldn't be talking. Like, I started going back at her, and she started saying, what did you say?
I would love to see Linda at the register just going.
But like,
man. So, Looney, tell me about a time when you hit your breaking point or you saw someone else hit theirs.
I feel very fortunate to say I've never seen anybody in public hit their breaking point. I've seen people like in the city.
You never seen a Karen moment?
No, I haven't. Not in person. I've seen it on the internet.
Okay,
but not in person.
Interesting.
I love seeing it on the internet. I find it very funny.
But it'd be very funny.
I just don't. I've been lucky, I guess, enough to never see that stuff in public. But in the beginning of high school, I had a situation where a kid next to me kept poking me with a pen, and it was really, really...
Was it clicking?
It wasn't. No, he was poking me with like an open pen.
Just like some point.
One of those.
Oh, so this kid was actually pushing your buttons.
Yeah, like literally. Yeah, exactly. So he was in the desk next to me.
You said open cap? Like
it was open
like
cap, just poking me with the pen, just being annoying, just trying to be annoying. And
was he a friend of yours?
No.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just a weird, annoying kid.
Trying to pass the time.
Yeah. And they were calling people. We had like a quiz or something. They were calling people up to get their grades for their quiz. And I had a very out of character, but like sort of. It was a very out of character moment. But he's grabbing me with the pen, and I grabbed the pen out of his hand after, like, whatever. I took it maybe, like, 10 to 12 times.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the pen out of his hand, and I snap it, and I just put it next to me, and I grab him by the shirt collar, and I pulled him over the side of the desk, and I, like, kind of talked really quietly to him, as if, like, no one else could see.
Okay.
Like, what was happening already. So I'm talking to him really quietly, and I'm like, please stop. I couldn't think of anything else to say. But I broke the pen, I grabbed him, I have him by my mouth, and I go, stop it, basically. It was just like...
Did he
grab him by your mouth?
Dude, he was so scared, he was terrified. I literally feel him trembling. I'm holding the collar. I'm like, you have to cut it out. You have to cut it out. And then the teacher called his name to get his quiz, and I said, now please go get your grade. I was just so polite about it.
I think that's even more horrifying.
I had a chance to really explode and like this whatever, but also I never wanted to be that person.
Right.
and he just set me over the edge. So I was very polite in a
I
very
think that's
mean
even
way.
more horrifying.
Well, now I found my boiling point story.
Go for it. Let me hear it.
Let's
Me
hear
and
it.
my best friend's girlfriend do not get along.
Okay.
We do not get along.
Oh boy, here we go.
She is very like, all right, he's a Jewish kid from Merrick, and he talks like, "Hey, Addison, how are you?" Like very eloquent, smart kid, works in
Okay.
insurance, real social life.
Yeah.
His girlfriend
Classy.
plays classical guitar on the acoustic, and she goes to recitals, not concerts. They're recitals.
recitals.
And she's from Virginia / Alabama area. Very liberal, very artsy, like I said, eloquent. And I was talking to my friend on FaceTime, like, yeah, bro, I got stuck behind this guy on a bicycle driving home today.
What?
And I was like, yeah, people shouldn't be like in the road on their bicycles. They're causing traffic jams that are just not needed. And she hears me say this. It just has to disagree and just goes, well, no, they have a right to be in the road just as everybody else. They are a vehicle in the road. They have to follow traffic laws just like everyone else. They can't ride on the sidewalk. People are on the sidewalk. Look, I live in suburban Long Island, suburbia. You grew up in Bumblef.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand there's no traffic where you're from, but on Long Island, you're really taking up the road here. And I was just livid because I couldn't understand the stupidity coming out of her mouth.
How long has she been on Long Island for?
She hasn't been on Long Island at all. She lives with my best friend out in Indiana now.
Oh, so he left.
She visits with, when
So
he
she visits.
Yeah, and so she just doesn't understand.
I think you should take her for a bike ride on the
Oh, it
streets.
doesn't matter. She'll still have her opinions. Doesn't matter.
Well, after that,
Doesn't
she's
matter.
probably gonna be like, "Bless his heart."
No, not even. She's not that southern. She's like I
So
said.
she says this, and then what happens?
I'm like, you're kidding me. So you're telling me if I'm in the middle of a main road, speed limit is 45 miles an hour, a guy with a bring going 10, maybe 12, should just be in front of me? Well, they have a right to be there. I don't care I don't care. I have a right to be there. I'm not going to do it because I'm not effing up everyone else's day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just couldn't understand. Like, is this really, like, this is like what the college eloquent thinks, though? Boo, free spirit, the recital. We're friendly. We're friendly. We just don't agree on like 99% of everything.
Yeah.
What is the
And
1%?
they don't fight. Him and my best friend and his girlfriend. I fight with her more than they've ever fought at all. So
That's great.
he gets a kick out of it watching
Oh
me
my
and her go
God.
at it.
So, what is the 1% you guys do agree on?
Maybe food.
Okay.
Maybe food.
My friend. We both love him equally. I guess. Not really.
Jeez,
Oh, yeah.
wanna do more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think she's a little higher on that list.
Yeah.
For other reasons.
Look, she's a nice person, but oh my God, everything has to have an opinion.
Oh,
Very
Everything.
opinionated.
gotcha.
So, you said
I like
meltdowns.
orange. Well, I
You
like
did.
turquoise.
Oh.
And then explain why she likes turquoise when no one asked.
but no one asked. Oh, okay.
Next time when
lovely.
you have like a argument with her, be like, "Did I ask?" And then just stare at her.
No,
Like-
one time we got into a question about some political thing. I'm not going to go too into, but she
Yeah.
goes, "I question your education." I go, "And I question your reality."
Oh my God.
we got heat. Yeah.
Oh my God. So we're talking about breaking points. We're talking about people hitting them. We're talking about Karens. We're talking about all the great stuff here. But the reason why we're talking about this is because a certain celebrity lost their cool the other day against paparazzi. And
Can we guess before you say it?
Sure, give it a shot.
All right, I'm gonna guess
I already know who it
that
is.
it's Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler.
Britney Spears.
Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah.
Tom Hanks, Mr. Wholesome Man himself, hit his breaking point last week. What happened? Well, we'll get into it. So him and his wife, Rita Wilson, were walking to their car in New York City on last Wednesday. And a crowd was like gathering around them trying to ask for autographs and selfies. And one guy got to way too close and he winded up tripping Rita Wilson. And when she fell down, Tom lost it. And he yelled, "This is my wife. Back the F off." The man dropped the F-bomb. Think about Tom Hanks for a second. Think about what a wholesome guy he is and how he portrays himself on every day. Like, he's just a super nice guy, sweet guy. It's like having that uncle that's just like super calm and like, "Hey, how's it going? How are
Woody.
you?"
But it's like Will Smith. Everybody loved him. They thought he was
Yeah.
real nice, and then all of a sudden he just says, "Keep your, my wife's name out your mouth."
Yeah,
but a
man.
lot worse.
Yeah,
Came up clenched fist and everything. But it's crazy to see like these celebrities we see like as such wholesome, nice people, and then like they're also people too. That's the thing. They're people and they have a breaking point. And Tom Hanks reached his, man.
I want someone to dub that over Toy Story, like when Buzz first comes into the picture. Back the F off.
Yeah, or when he's yelling, "You are not a toy" under the truck.
You are not a toy.
Back the F off, you're not a toy.
Yeah.
Can you just think, like, I don't know, wouldn't you feel the same way, though, if, like, someone tripped your significant other and you're
yeah.
on a very, well-known area and people are taking photos of you? You
Oh,
wouldn't
no,
want that.
absolutely. I don't
give them
blame
a
him.
quick one too.
Depends how she fell. I might laugh first.
You know what? If Shane fell and the paparazzi did it, I think I'd pose to, really make
You
the
would
cover.
pose if Shane fell?
But then I'd help him get up.
So you wouldn't stand up for his honor.
I would. I'd pose and be like peace signs, and then I'd be like, okay, let's go.
I would laugh.
You gotta make it funny because you know what? They don't know any better. They're just gonna go ahead and talk about you anyway. So you might as well make it a show.
Well, I heard the audio of this I think a day ago. Yeah, yesterday actually. But is there a video to this?
Yes, there is.
There's probably
Okay,
is,
then
there
I got to
should
see the
be.
video because I got to see
I haven't
it
seen the
because
video yet.
there could have been a mob of people just clustering them. You know what I mean?
there is.
Yeah, so that's what it probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like a mini mosh pit. They could have caught her instead.
They had security and everything, but they
Security couldn't save the fall.
No,
No,
apparently not.
unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, I cannot picture.
Was she in a dress?
I do not know.
Because if she's in a dress and she takes a fall, dude, I feel like that's a lot worse.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
just my opinion.
I haven't seen the video or anything like that. I need to watch the video, but like, I still cannot picture Woody.
It's gonna be Woody and Bo Peep, and like Ham's gonna trip Bo Peep.
That's what you guys think of as Toy Story? I'm thinking
Yeah.
of what
Polar
is that
Express?
one? Yeah.
No.
that
No.
weird.
Polar
His eyes are all
Express.
cockeyed.
Yeah, that the animation is too awful to
You
even
guys
think
don't want
about
hot
it.
cocoa?
I think,
Why do you want to remember that terrible animation, Jamie?
yeah.
Because maybe he wants to give out hot cocoa after she fell.